Oh, it's a big day in the world of sport today because, well, we didn't think we'd get to a point where the Olympic Games actually get going. But on the 23rd of July, 2021, officially we are just minutes from the opening ceremony out in Tokyo. And, well, we are going to be going down memory lane a little bit. We continue with our build-up to that with another legend. After we spoke to Penny Haynes a little bit earlier this morning, we are chatting now to another legend, another Olympic medalist in Elana Meyer, joining us live from Stellenbosch. Elana, thank you so much for your time. Surely memories come flooding back with just minutes to the opening ceremony for you, having been part of that Team South Africa at the very first Olympic Games for the country post the apartheid era in 1992.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable, it was an unbelievable opportunity to represent South Africa back in 1992. It's hard to explain the emotions, when I walked onto the track with the team, for the first time in 30 years. I was, overwhelmed by, excitement, and couldn't believe that, eventually, I made it, onto the Olympic track. So I'm super excited for Team South Africa and all the other athletes from all over the world that, during such a strange period that they, now at last, going to walk onto the track and, be part of the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020, hosted in 21.
You mentioned strange, and I imagine it was also strange for you guys back in 1992 in Barcelona, because South Africa had never, it was new territory for South Africa, that edition. Now it's another strange one for athletes from all over the world. How, if you get into their heads right now, emotionally, mentally, what is there in their heads?
Yeah, I think, that is what sport is all about. I think you need to be adaptable. I think back in 1992, we had different challenges we dealt with, also for the months leading up to the games. I didn't know if it's going to happen or not. We had the Boipatong massacre, that almost put the games of 92, on the line. And, and I know, it has been mentally, it has been a tough year for the athletes, but ultimately, you need to be able to perform, under conditions where you don't have the certainty. And I can think, just how much athletes have to put in an extra effort to make sure that, that they don't worry about the things that they can't control, and work with the things that they can control. And, so I feel for them, but I'm also super excited. It's certainly going to be a games to remember.
And surely it's a moment of catharsis for a lot of the athletes who would have thought, what if I retire having not gone to an Olympic Games? Some of them will retire after this. And you say you at some point thought the 92 Games, South Africa would not be going there. Surely it's a huge sigh of relief for a lot of them.
Absolutely. I think, it's really difficult when you're on the top of your career, and having to, to extend your peaking time with another year. So, so it really, I think it's been a year that, it's going to be Olympic Games that test athletes beyond anything that we've ever seen before. And for those that, have made it to, to be able to come to Olympics this year and extend it, with a little bit before retirement, I'm really happy for all of them.
And Elana, you won the silver medal in Barcelona in 1992 in the 10,000 meters. And for some time also after that, the likes of Josiah Tugwane came and won medals as well. The sort of long distance running was where South Africa was looking at for medals. And that has sort of changed. There's been a bit of a shift now where we focus more on sprint for medals. Why do you think that's been the case?
I think absolutely it's fantastic to see, to see our sprinters, Wade van Niekerk in the 400 meters. It just shows the diversity of talent in South Africa. And I think, it really has been fantastic to see how far the sprinters has come over the last 2 decades, basically. But I do believe that, in the next era, the middle and long distance running will step into that space again. Things go through cycles. It's been, I think quite a low cycle for distance running. But I've got complete trust that, in the next phase, there's been a lot of investment through a lot of academies and, individuals. And I really believe that middle distance and marathon running will come to the full in the next era.
And we cannot run away, Elana, from the Caster Semenya factor. The fact that she's not there for middle distance running, it was a sure podium for South Africa. We were going to debate the gold medal one, but for podium, surely she was going to be there. It's a huge blow for South Africa to not have someone like Caster Semenya at the Games this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, that was like almost a certain bet for gold. So definitely a big loss for the team to not have a medal contender like Caster in the team. So all of the other athletes now just have to work a lot harder to bring their part to the Games. And hopefully, we will walk away, with some pleasant surprises and, just want to let the team know we are all fully behind them and just want to wish them, all the best of luck.
In wishing them the best of luck, who are you betting on, Elana Meyer? If you were a betting person, who are you putting your money on for gold medal in Tokyo?
I'd like to believe that, that Wade will bring us back gold again. He had a tough time in between, but sometimes, things work out, in strange ways. So, so our sprinters are looking fantastic. Like in the marathon, Stephen Makoka, has been, in the top 5 in the world champs 2 years ago. And I think the hot, humid conditions, certainly, he's a person that can run in different, he showed in Doha that he can run and perform well, in hot conditions. So, so I'd like to see more than one coming our way.
All right, Elana Meyer, thank you so much for your time. You're an absolute legend in South African Olympic history. You are actually, Tami, Elana is the first ever South African to win a medal at the Olympic Games post the apartheid era. Because remember, South Africa was banned from international competition for a long time because of apartheid. And following readmission, Elana Meyer was the first one to get a medal for South Africa.
I tell you, her name is legendary.
Absolutely.
Just remembering her, she is, I guess one of those Zola buds, for South Africa. So Elana Meyer, certainly, and looking forward to the opening as well of
coming up next.
Coming up next. So we'll chat a little bit about that in just a moment. And we'll continue with the build-up to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And Benjamin, you'll agree with me, it was touch and go there for a moment as far as these Olympics and whether or not they will happen. But here we are in just a few moments' time.